Hello, future doctors. How are you? This is your favorite doctoral expert, Dr. Chanel T. Smith. For those of you who do not know me, I help doctoral students fast track their degrees without having to put their lives on hold. Basically, what that means is I help you navigate through the various stages of your program in a holistic way, helping you create strategic action plans, but however, always keeping you and those you love first. Now today, what I want to do is talk about the very important topic of burnout. Burnout. I know I keep saying I've talked to a lot of doctoral students about this, or any topic, but that's just the way it is because I talk to doctoral students almost every day, except Sunday. But burnout comes in so many different forms. So many different forms. It could be from going to school or throughout your schooling for many, many consecutive years. It could be from not having a handle on your time management and you're doing anything and everything all the time. It could also be from you just not putting yourself first, not having any form of self-care. All of that can lead to burnout, and burnout is one step away from quitting. Burnout will make you feel as though your back is against the wall and you have to fight everyone who wants a piece of you, who wants some of your time, including your doctoral studies, including those you love who are there to support you. It is so common and yet very, very has a negative impact on your doctoral program, your relationships, and your health. That's the most important thing that I want you to get. If you are struggling or you know someone who is struggling with burnout, please share the video or tag someone so they can join us, because this is so key. Not only will it, like I said, be one step away from you possibly quitting your program, but most importantly, the very top thing is your health. Your health. When you are burned out, you have nothing left to give. When you are burned out, you won't even need to make excuses. You're just, no, I'm not doing it. No, I'm not doing it. I don't have anything left. Leave me alone. And that goes for anything and anyone. But I don't want you to be at that point. A lot of you are burned out because you know what? You're tired of fighting. You're tired of struggling with an advisor who is not supporting you, who is not giving you directives, who is reading chapters and not giving you feedback. So you're trying to figure out what to do, trying to be a scholar when you are a scholar in training, and it is frustrating. And you're turning your wheels all the time, but you're not getting anywhere. You're not getting anywhere. And I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to continue to happen if you are already experiencing this. So if this is you, I do want to invite you to book a free call so that we can talk about it. You can either DM me if you're on Instagram, private message me, or you can use the link in my bio. If you're watching this on Facebook, use the link that's already in the description of this video. So to go back to the whole notion of burnout, it is something that needs to be taken care of as soon as possible. And yes, I have my notes so I can make sure I'm giving you everything. It needs to be taken care of as soon as possible. Measures should be taken to avoid it. Even if you think you're close, or even if you're good right now, you need to be very intentional about how you take care of yourself, about how you use your time, about how you let others impinge on your time. You have to make intentional decisions to protect yourself. Okay. Another real consequence of burnout is that it's life-threatening. There are students in their mid-30s taking high blood pressure medicine. There are those of you who do not work out and you're overweight and your doctor is telling you, hey, you got to make some changes. You're pre-diabetic. Burnout is a symptom, a consequence of not having a handle on your schedule, of being overly stressed, of not having a plan. And I don't want you to have to deal with that. I had a client who, and I'm looking at my notes here. Yeah, I already told you, if this is you, if your mind and body is constantly exhausted from the work, from the exhaustion, no time to breathe deeply, right? Yeah, book that call today. But anyway, I had a client who came to me because she was burned out. She was burned out. Her relationships with her family was strained. right? You know how it is when you're trying to do everything, trying to make everyone happy. You're with your family, but you're thinking about your schoolwork. You're doing your schoolwork, but you're thinking about your family, who is like, when are you going to have time for me? When are we going to do this? Can I have a question? Especially now that COVID, many of us are home and you're doing your doctoral studies from home, and you might have children who are virtual schooling. Everything is exacerbated. Everything. And so a little spilled cup of milk can just feel like a whole tsunami has just happened and just cluttered your whole world. I understand. I get it. But this is why you have to put strategies in place and have your time management under control so that you can breathe just a little bit easier. It's not going to relieve all of your stress, but at least you'll have tools to make better decisions regarding your time, better decisions about what comes first in terms of prioritizing, not trying to balance everything. That is a myth. You cannot balance family and work. It's impossible. That's why everyone is like, if you have a secret formula, how do you do it? It can't be done. So that's why I always tell my clients, prioritize. And you, those you love, come first. Okay? So anyway, this client was going to school for many, many years since her master's degree. Then she started doing her doctorate, and she actually did some concentration where her master's was extended for another year, right? She also worked full time. She also had a child. She also had a partner who wanted, some attention too, and rightly so, right? And a not so very supportive advisor. Everything that I give you examples of before, I got it from this client. When she came to me, she was like, I can't do it. I cannot do it anymore. I'm burnt out. I remember seeing a live stream where you said, right before you quit, let you be the last person that I talked to. And so I said, what do I have to lose? I booked the call. And I'm so glad that she did, right? She knew that she needed help. And she did what not so many doctoral students do. She made the decision and she got help. She did not pretend that she had it all together. She did not pretend or, perform scholar, perform that have it all, got it all together, don't need anybody's help doctoral student, which many of you do because you are under the pressure of having to do so. People are looking at you saying that you are so good, even in a pandemic, you got it all together. And so you think that that is the facade that you need to show, that is all that people need to know. Meanwhile, you are struggling. And you are not alone. You are not alone. So many people, they click off of social media or whatever, and you would be surprised that they are struggling or feeling overwhelmed just like you. Just like you. So please, if you find yourself always comparing yourself to other people, don't do it. Because what you see 9 times out of 10 is not how things really are. So anyway, yes, she was struggling to even meet deadlines in terms of her doctoral work because, again, she was burnt out. I don't care. I know I have a deadline. I'll just ask for an extension. Or there were times she told me that she didn't even respond to emails. She didn't even respond to emails because she just had nothing else to give. She was tired of feeling alone in terms of her not having a supportive advisor. She was tired of these, like I said, the metaphorical wheels turning, trying to find different solutions, trying to make things work, asking other people what worked for them, but it was not customized to her life. And so she needed help. Am I talking to you? Am I talking to you too? Are you struggling with trying to I just need a minute to breathe? I have these classes, I have these papers, or I have this writing to do. They're expecting work. My family is expecting me to be, present. I have to cook dinner. I have to, do my own job. And I am done. If one more person asks me for one more thing, if I have to rewrite one more paper without getting any feedback, I'm going to blow. If this is you, please reach out to me. You do not have to struggle. My job as a coach, which is a blessing and an honor to do, is to help you, is to be the bridge of where you are now to where you need to be. And the reason why I say where you need to be and not where you want to be is because oftentimes doctoral students don't know where they should be. because this is your first time doing this. You don't know what questions to ask. You don't know what pitfalls to avoid. You don't know what you should be doing right now. That is my job. And that is why I want to help you. Okay? So again, what we did, and when she told me everything that she was dealing with, I said, all right, you have to decide whether or not you want to work with a coach, with me. What I did was I reiterated everything that she told me to make sure that I had it right. I did not want to make any assumptions. I wanted her to say, yes, that's exactly what I said. That is how I feel. And so I said, the very first thing I want to do is look at your schedule. We need to audit your daily schedule, because I think the culprit here is that you have so much going on, but nothing has its place. Nothing has its place. You also are trying to balance everything, saying equal measures for the family, equal measures for your job or for your doctoral work, and that is not happening. So let's audit your schedule. Then what I want to do is make sure you're taking care of yourself. Now let's fill in the schedule, but start with you. When do you have time for yourself? What are some things that you like to do that you don't do anymore? When's the last time you met up with your friends, your family? When is the last time that you had time just simply to breathe? Now, what about your family? Can they go on your schedule now? Oh, yes, you got that right. They will. All right. When will you have your dinners? When will you spend time with your children or what have you? That all goes first. You have to realize you have to take care of yourself and those you love first, because these are your support system. This is what refuels you when your doctoral studies takes everything away. Those you love who look at you and say, you got this. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much for having time for me. If you need anything while you're studying, you want me to bring you something to drink, you want me to bring you something to eat, I got this. Go do what you have to do. When you nourish that support system, when you nourish yourself and say, you know what, I worked out. It was a hard workout, but I did it. It's done. I took care of me. I'm good to go. And then you create the plan. The strategic action plan is not just, okay, let's make some deadlines, slap that on the paper and then off you go. It is very detailed, and I'm very good at what I do, and I love what I'm doing. I want to be as detailed as if you tell me I'm working on my proposal and I have some books to read. I want to know, first I have to figure out how much time during the week you have to do your work. How many hours per day? Then, okay, you want to work on this section of your proposal. How many books do you have to read for that? How many books can you read in an hour? Is it one? Okay, 1 book an hour. Now, how many hours do you have on that day? And you have how many books? 20? So how long will it take you to get through that section of your proposal? Not just reading, but reading and taking notes and paraphrasing, all of that. Let's figure that out. And then I'm going to teach you strategies on how to avoid procrastination, how to protect your time so that you are getting work done, and your family is going to be there to support you, to help you protect your time, because you've already spent time with them, or they know that their time is coming later in the evening. It's all about prioritizing and having a plan and taking care of yourself first. Taking care of yourself so that burnout does not occur. It is so real. It'll sneak up on you without you even knowing it. Trust me, I've been there. And I talk to my colleagues who are professors now about burnout too. It is real. And it's not fun. And it can wreak such havoc on your health. And that's the last thing I want for you. You don't have to. But the one thing that I can't do for you is to make that decision for you. I cannot make you click the button or send me a direct message to book a call. You have to do that. And that is one of the hardest things for me, is to be on a phone with a doctoral student knowing that I can help them. But either they are not familiar with the culture of self-investment, and unfortunately a lot of people of color struggle with that. Self-investment is not the norm, but it should be. They also can't get out of their own way, because as a doctoral student, you're supposed to have it all together. You are getting the highest degree in your field, baby. You're supposed to be there, know it all, not need anyone's help, but that is a lie. Everyone needs help, no matter what field, no matter what degree you are getting. That's why there are experts. That's why there are coaches. That's why there are therapists. to provide that assistance, right? So you need help getting out of your own way. Let me be that bridge for you. You know where you are right now. Some of you right now you don't even realize that you're panting. Think about how you're breathing right now. Are you taking deep, leisurely, easy breaths? Or are you panting? Because you're thinking about, even though you're watching this live stream right now, you're thinking about what I need to do. How am I going to tackle it? I've never done this before. I don't know how to do it. And what am I going to make for dinner? There's too much going on. I don't want to play anymore. That's what I used to say. I don't want to play anymore. And that means I'm at the point where I can't take one more thing. I need help. And I outsource. And I got 2 coaches. I have 2 coaches that help me in terms of how to run my business so I can be the best coach for you. I get my own coaching so that I can be a better coach for you. Because you all deserve it. You're worth it, and so am I, so that I can be better at my own craft. That is what I'm here for. And I do want to warn you, we all know how life is. You say, okay, I'll do it tomorrow. Well, shoot, for me, if I want to respond to a text, I say, I'll do it in 5 minutes. Next thing I know, I'm distracted and it doesn't happen. One day turns into a week. That week turns into a month. That month turns into a few months and then a year. And then a year from now, you're like, you know what? I'm right where I was. I haven't progressed as far as I wanted to. And I'm still burnt out. My relationships with my family is strained. My health is deteriorating. I'm resenting my doctoral program. And I know why I applied to get into it in the first place, because I've been called to this work, because there's so much I need to do, that I want to do, that I've been called to do. You don't have to struggle. Yes, you have to do the work, but you don't have to go it alone. And that is why I am here. That is why I'm here. So book the call. You do not have to undergo and deal with burnout. That's just one step away from quitting, and we need you. We need your brilliance. As I always say, you were accepted into a doctoral program for a reason, because you have something to say and other people need to hear it. You have experiments to do, questionnaires and surveys to make so that you can change policies, because people need them changed. We need you. And we need you at your very best self so that you can do the work you need to do. And I'm going to be the one to help you do that. So book the call. If you have more questions, send me a private message. Ask me those questions. Okay? But the last thing I want you to do is struggle. But if you continue to struggle without reaching for help, I don't even need to tell you whose fault that is, right? When you ask for help, when you seek help, even a therapist, again, it does not mean that you are weak. It means that you want to remain strong. It means that you find yourself worthy enough to get the help that you need, to be your very best self, to level up so that you can be prepared for the task that is before you. I believe in you, doctoral students. That is why I do what I do. And I do this full time, all day, every day on Clubhouse. If you're on Clubhouse, follow me at Chanel T. Smith. I am on there Mondays at 2 o'clock. I know this is like a sidebar, but every Monday at 2 o'clock. And I also have some impromptu sessions that I do, the rooms, and I'm having a ball. There's a great doctoral community on there as well. But listen, that's all I wanted to talk to you about today is burnout and how you need to avoid it. And if not, you are very, very close to eventually quitting your program. And we don't want that. I don't want that for you. You're too smart for that. You're too brilliant for that. And if you don't believe in yourself, say, you know what, Dr. Smith believes in me. So, hey, she got to know her stuff. So she must be right. Okay? Stay encouraged. Stay safe. Book the call. I expect to see your name on my calendar. Okay? I want to help you, but you got to take that first step. You all enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. You got this. Take care.